Hey everybody, this is Sarah the Catholic Homemaker. Today I wanted to share with you my review of the Catholic Children's Treasury Box series. There's 20 different books in the series and it's from around 1957. So first of all, welcome to my channel. I would love for you to subscribe if you haven't already and hit the thumbs up button if you like this video, share, and also comment below if you've read this series before. So ever since before my daughter started preschool last year, I was looking into different curriculums, and the ones I chose for preschool were Mater Amabilis and Mother of Divine Grace, and both of them at some point recommend reading the Catholic Children's Treasury Box series, and it is a series of 20 books. They're kind of like magazines slash books that were written in 1957 by the Maryknoll sisters, and I was looking into it, and they were, or actually are, an order of sisters, and so they got together and wrote the series. And so I think it's just a really nice learning series slash tools to use in your homeschooling, especially Catholic homeschooling, if you're looking to teach your children virtue and your Catholic values, especially at a young age. So I'm just going to kind of go through what you might have in them, and you don't have to get the whole series. You could just buy like one or two or something. The thing that held me back from getting them for so long was the price, because I was just absolutely shocked at the price of it. It was like over $100 to buy all of the books, even used. It was like, I think the average price for whether it was new or used was around like $140 to buy all of them. But then I was doing some more searching, and the most inexpensive place I was able to find it was on Seton Homeschool or Seton Home Study, and I think before the price was around like $83, but it might have shot up to like $95 now. Like the first time I saw it, it was $79, and I was like, oh, that's a good price, but it's still a lot for me, because I guess that's about $4 a book. So yeah, if you break it down like that, it's not that bad, but it's just hard. Like even if you look on eBay and other used book sites, it's really pretty much impossible to find a better price than that, than the new set of books from Seton Home Study. So that's like the best set. But I got lucky, and Handbooks had a sale recently, and I purchased it for around $83, I think. So that was still like a few dollars cheaper than Seton. So I was like, I'm gonna go ahead and do it. And this is the first book in the series, and what you'll find, it's all of them, it's the same really, but stories, poems, games, things to do, and fun things to make. So there's like, yeah, there's some games in there, and it's kind of cool. It's like, if you didn't have any books or toys to play with, what would you do? And it talks about these different things you might do in there, and some of the poems I think they may have written themselves, and then some of them are by well-known authors. Like there was one I was recently reading to my daughters, and it was by Robert Louis Stevenson. So sometimes they throw like already written poems into there. There's also either a song or some sort of story slash poem on the back cover of every book. And on the inside cover of each one, there's a letter from a priest. I think probably he was an editing priest, I imagine, by Father Richard Ginder. I'm not sure who he was, but he's always writing about what this particular book is about and what lessons you might learn from that in there, or the values. And it's kind of nice to read, like just he's really writing to the parents, so you don't necessarily need to read it to your children. The first few books or so follow the story of Saint Therese, the Little Flower, for St. Teresa Lisieux. And it's following her through like childhood, and so it's kind of a nice little story, and it has lesson and value in it. And then there's other stories. There's another story with like an angel and a little boy that he is his guardian angel of, and it's following it, I think, throughout the whole book series. Now, I haven't personally read all 20 to my children yet, but I've read, I think, at least the first 10, and then my husband has read like all of them to them. So I still don't know all the stories myself. They're actually pretty long, so if you read them before bed, you could just say like, this is your bedtime story, if you don't want to do too much, because it's like you can go through a lot with just one. There's usually a funny story in there. There's, let's see if I can find an example. It teaches them different things, like in this first one, it's teaching them the sign of the cross, how to do it. And like I said, there's games and things you can do, or crafts to make sometimes. And some of the stories, it's one of those stories where it has the words, but then sometimes it replaces a word with a picture. And I would say overall, I really like the books, and they're just kind of like a reference to have throughout your children's homeschooling, especially for the younger children, and to just really get them in love with their Catholic faith. So I hope you have found this video to be helpful, and I hope you have a wonderful week, and may God bless you and your family.